And welcome back to the Profile Pod. I'm your host, Double A, here for another spectacular episode of the pod. Thank you so much for tuning in wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's on the video platforms, the audio platforms, it's all good. The bottom line is you're here with us. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you once again, everybody, for being here. We have a panel of guests here. Before we get into our guests, I always want to say that this is the podcast that brings on individuals doing extraordinary things in life. And tonight we have some legends, ladies and gentlemen, in the house. So don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, all the social media platforms. You guys know the deal. I always appreciate the love and support, the feedback, the interaction is always great. So thank you once again. This is the Social Nostra Network. It's the network of talented creators and podcasters, now available on all major platforms, including Roku and all of the platforms, man. So go check out the Social Nostra Network. There's something there for everybody. So let's get down to brass tacks, man. Like I said, man, we got some big time guests in the house tonight, man. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the panel here in no particular order. We'll start with my man, Dr. Bob Lee. He has the radio personality on WBLS Radio 107.5 out of New York City. He wrote the book People to Know in Black History and Beyond, recognizing the heroes and sheroes who make the grade. And he is a vice president of the United Coalition of for Humanity. Thank you so much, Dr. Bob Lee, for being here with us.
Oh, man, it's always a pleasure, man. Also to kick it with so many legends that are on here right now, you know.
Man, it's
cats for some time now.
It's you know, you nailed it on the head. I can't say it any better, man. It's a pleasure having these gentlemen. The next gentleman is making his I don't know, third or fourth appearance now. He's a Profile Pod veteran. My man GQ to Embassy, originally from New Jersey, now out of Orlando, Florida. And,
well, you know, I got a few spots. Yeah, I told you they always go kill me if I don't get it right. So you know, I born in the Bronx, raised in Hightstown, New Jersey. Now I'm living in Orlando, Florida, and you know the slogan: "Tear, tear, tear, salute, salute, salute." It's your favorite Puerto Rican, GQ to Ember. Shout out to the whole Low Life family, Low Zone in the building. You already know what it is. Cheers, salute. And this is number 2 and counting. Just keeping it clear.
That's okay. Well, if we count the street interview, that technically it's 3, but
I like where you're going with this. This is good.
And I want to thank you, man, for brokering this, putting this all together, bringing everyone together, man. And much love to you. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, I'm just the guy that's the fly on the wall. You already know what it is. Cheers.
That's right, man. Moving on to our next guest, my man is original member of the one and only Whodini, and based out of Brooklyn, New York, man. You might have heard the song Friends back in the day, one of the pioneers. My man, thank you so much for being here. Grandmaster Dee is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing today, my man?
I'm all right. It's a pleasure to be here, man. Thank you for having us.
No, thank you for being here, man, taking the time. And are you on the East Coast, Grandmaster?
Yes, I'm in ATL.
Okay, you're out in so you're 3 hours ahead. So I appreciate, I know it's a little later out there, and
I know.
Yeah.
As well as Dr. Lee, is I know you're in New York City, so
only you and Kurt get to enjoy, California time right now.
Okay, I got that. And last but not least, man, this gentleman hails out of Harlem, New York. Originally, he was a first rapper to be signed by a major record label with Mercury. You might have heard the hits Christmas Rappin', The Breaks, that went gold back in 1980. He was appeared in Crush Groove. He's done so many things. He's a co-founder of United Coalition for Humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kurtis Blow to the Profile Pod. How you doing, Kurtis?
True. I'm mighty fine. Thank you for having us here tonight. I just want to say, grace and peace to everyone. And I thank God that we all are still here. And man, shout out to everybody around the nation. Life is crazy right now. We're upside down, but there is a light that I see, in the tunnel, everybody. So just cheer up and hold your head up high. We're gonna get through all of this craziness. All right. So blessings to you all, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely, thank you very much. Yeah, you know, the I love the optimism, and that's all we can do is be optimistic and know that we will persevere and get through these times. But yeah, again, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. It's an honor. Dr. Lee, I was listening to your program last night. I caught a little bit of your set there. I know you had Lizzo going, you had Johnny Gill, you had Surface, Shy. I mean, you're taking me back to the 90s, man, and that's my wheelhouse, man. So I really enjoyed your show there.
And I dropped a brand new record by Beyonce. You heard it?
No.
Oh man, you got to hear it. Break My Soul. I'm gonna play it again tonight.
Okay,
but it just
go
right after midnight.
Yeah, and I know you got that midnight to 5 a.m. slot there, huh? Yeah. And how long you been with the program there at the WBLS 107.5?
Well, I've been with Kurtis Blow before WBLS, believe it or not. I did an internship with WBLS, and then in my junior year in college, we took rap to the South, Columbia, South Carolina, at a place called the Electric Warehouse. But Kurt and I, we've been rolling together off and on the phone, been to his church in Harlem, and, just been checking on him from time to time. And, when he came to me with this alliance, and he said he wanted to start a union, I said, man, let's go, because he knows my heart, and I know his heart. I really know his heart now.
You got the youngest heart in the room, literally. I bet I feel like he's somewhere playing with toys every once in a while.
So it's like a no-brainer.
I love it, man. I love it.
But I've been on BLS since 1981. But I met Kurtis, like I said before, I was doing an internship before they hired me. I met him. I was working with a number of radio stations with my own band, and I was promoting all of their stuff and DJing out in the streets. We had something called the Street Cleanup Campaign. And we had a flatbed truck using it as a stage, and AST provided all the sound and all that stuff. We went around DJing at different places throughout the 5 boroughs. So they gave me a top DJ award in 1981. And the promoter asked me, we received it at Bonds International Casino. And the promoter asked me if I wanted to host his spot. I took the job, made me a little money. And one of the people that came in was Kurtis Blow. So before we got together on radio, I met him at the club at Bonds International Casino. And then WBLS called me back in and said, we want you to park your van. We're going to give you guys a van. I said, us guys? They brought this other guy in the room by the name of Mr. Magic. So it's me and Mr. Magic that gave us these vehicles that crisscrossed the city, the tri-state area. And Kurtis Blow came out with us in different schools. We're out there encouraging students to stay in school and be on time and get a good education. And we're still doing that today. The whole thing is about education, educating artists now today about, their agreements, labels, producers, and all that stuff, and trying to get a roof over their head as far as coverage, pensions, and finding out where their money is, if they got extra money out there, and just letting them know, educating them about the business, because a lot of people signing these contracts, which are like garbage contracts, and it just locks them in for a long time. So we're trying to do that. Kurtis is probably great on that, a little bit later on.
No doubt about it. Yeah, no. You're speaking of the early '80s, Dr. Lee.
40 years. That's the answer.
All right. Yeah. Oh, look. Yeah, that's a good chunk of time, man. That's a good chunk of time.
40 years in the desert.
Yeah. No, taking it back, right? Even before that, I wanted to ask you guys, man. Touching a little bit on the history of hip hop, man, and going back to those early days out in the Bronx, and with Cool Herc and all those guys, and I wanted to ask you guys when it comes to the development of hip hop back in the day, when it came to the what was it that propelled hip hop the most? Was it which one of the elements? Was it the DJ? Was it the MC, the b-boying, or was it the graffiti element? What was it that really put hip hop on the map and then propelled it forward? I mean, this question is for all you guys, man. You know, what was it in your eyes?
This is Grandmaster Dee. In my eyes, it was the MCs and it was the DJs. It was a combination. And at that time, I first heard it in high school in 1977, my freshman year. And we went to this place called the Spark Room after lunch. They had a room where they had a boom box. They playing backgammon and spades. And I heard, yes, y'all. You don't stop. We like our sound, loud and clear. This is DJ, Africa, bam, bada. I said, yo, what is that? They said, yo, that's rap. I said, yo, but what are they using? He said, that's a space echo. And at that time, Master Don, may he rest in peace, he passed away. He was in my class. And that was the one that showed me the hip hop, what it was about to be a DJ, because he was a DJ. And after school, he would take me to his house and show me the ropes about the turntables. And that's what really inspired me.
Yeah.
Wow, man. That's
Grandmaster Dee lived right across the river from Queensbridge, where we all grew up. We used to play that music in the park we used to try to find the biggest sound systems that we can stack. Sometimes we stack them up 2 stories up, you know, and pass another one up. But yeah, we used to, I think we used to cut things up in the park because we came out of the disco era. We even played at the Fever back in the day before rap. But we were doing a little bit of rap too, because we were cutting up those different beats and then talking in between the beats and stuff like that.
Yeah, the break beats.
Beats is the raps, you know, and then somebody even started doing a beatbox on a machine. Then they started doing beatbox on the microphone. It was crazy. We just started blending all that stuff together. I think graffiti and all that stuff might have come later.
Okay.
It's a hip hop culture now, baby.
Yeah, no doubt. Wait, we're talking that I think Grandmaster, you said it's 1977, right? Right around there.
Yes.
Now,
that was my fresh year, me moving from Brooklyn and moving to Roosevelt Island. Yeah. And my high school was Julia Richmond, right across the bridge in Manhattan. And a lot of the students was from Harlem. So that was when the Crash Crew and Rayvon and Johnny Wall and all of those brothers that went to my school, you know, Spivey and DJ Louie Lou, they had so many names from like cartoon characters and stuff like that, you know, made you laugh, but it was something new to us. And the word of mouth, like Bob Lee say, playing in the park, the word of mouth brought people to the park, and the sound system that you heard, everybody hear music, they're gonna run to the park. And we did this for free, never thinking it's gonna turn into money.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And so a lot of this, well, the Bronx gets credit, right, for the where it originated, the hip hop, you know.
So we were in Queens. Kurtis was uptown in Harlem, you know. So we don't know really where it came from, but we know. I was traveling around the different parks throughout the 5 boroughs, so I know it could have. I don't know where it started, but everybody was doing it. It was trending.
Yeah, everybody was DJing.
Kurtis could have started it up in Harlem. I don't know.
You hear the stories about, you know, how DJ Kool Herc would have these back to school jams out in the Bronx in the early 70s, right? It's 1973. I think there's even a date, August 11th, 1973. I think he gets credited as the very first party that he had, a back to school jam. Yeah. So by the time that you know, in the mid late 70s, like you said, Grandmaster, by this time it seems like it had trickled out into the other boroughs already, correct?
Yeah, and it was DJs all over, you know. But at that time, that's when the disco era was still banging. And you look at DJ Flowers, you know, Grandmaster Flowers. It was so many other DJs, Queens, Infinity Machine, Dr. Bob Lee, Disco Twins, and it was people from all over. All 5 boroughs was doing it, you know. But it was something big. But graffiti was out around that time, you know. You see the graffiti on the trains and and you had hip hop, but it was all to do with the sound system. But then it became these guys. I have to definitely give credit to was Mike and Dave. Mike and Dave was like the guys responsible for the Crash Crew and all of them. But Mike and Dave was on every flyer that came out when I was in high school, as far as hip hop. Mike and Dave Productions.
No doubt,
I know Kirk heard about Mike and Dave.
They used to give the awards every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Kirk, remember Celebrity Club?
125th Street. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Harlem World.
Those were the good old days, man,
Yeah.
but it all goes back to, I'll say, the 60s, because that was the civil rights movement. And we had great leaders, bringing forth this change that was, so important, so significant, and so momentous that in the 60s, when you talk about, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Stokely Carmichael and Rosa Parks, James Lawson, Philip A. Randolph. These are the great leaders that had united in the 60s to bring forth this change. And I'm talking about the voters' rights of 1965. And that was a law that was passed by Lyndon Baines Johnson, right? President. And so from there, that's when the movement really hit, because African Americans, had the right to vote, but then they actually started hiring and electing government officials, but there still was a lot of racism, still a lot of injustices going around. In 1968, Martin Luther King was assassinated, but I mean, you had James Brown came out with a song called "Say It Loud," Black and Proud. Now that song, the music was so very important during that time, because the message of civil rights and equality was all in our music by African Americans throughout the last, 100 years, of course. Now, the Harlem Renaissance with A. Philip Randolph. I mean, with what's his name? Edgar Allan Poe and Langston Hughes.
Taking it back, Kurt.
Yeah, you going there? Let's go.
Writers, but the songs that they made, the poems that they made were all just talking about the injustices to African Americans and ending slavery and all of that stuff, right? And so, music was so very important to us. It was our escapism in the late 60s, right? We had all of these killings and murders, bombings of churches and all of that stuff in the civil rights movement. And Medgar Evers, James Meredith. I mean, all of these people who gave their lives during that time. And the music of Sly and the Family Stone. And my man Sam Cooke, all of this music was our voice, saying this is not right. And so when James Brown came out with that "Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud," the beat was so significant. It was a boom, tap, boom, boom. That was what we call boom bap. Because I'll explain it, before that, the Motown town, with the Temptations and the Supremes and Smokey and all that, they had beats that went tap, 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 boom, tap, 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 boom. That was the snare drum kicking on the 1, 2, 3, and the 4. But now here comes James Brown with Clyde Stubblefield with this change of the beat that was like boom, tap, boom, tap,
funky.
Right? When we heard that as the dancers, as the people of this soul music, we lost our mind. And then coming out of the civil rights movement and James Brown telling us, you know, say loud, I'm black and I'm proud. And that's when the people start throwing fist up in the air. You remember 1968 and the Olympics and the brothers standing on the totem pole, on the award
platform.
Pole, the platform, and they had a fist in the air, and that was the talk of the town. Everybody was like, Black power, Black is beautiful, it's all good. And so this is where
thing with the pick with
the
fist.
Right, the pick with the foot, right. So all of that was the state of mind that we were in the late 60s, coming out of the civil rights movement. And so we wanted to continue this love of our people and say, man, we're still fighting for the same injustices that are out there. So when hip hop came out, well, of course, you know, you had disco music that was around in the late 60s and the early 70s, and it was all about love each other. And now everybody is free and we all have all this love for each other, love thy brother and all this, and the hippies and that whole movement and peace and love and unity music. And flower music, it was called, right? And so
everything was
that's
bluesy, right?
when you know, disco music started way downtown in the village and all of that stuff. And so uptown, we, of course, we wanted to party and have a good time too. So we partied uptown in the clubs and the community centers. And that's when we started the block parties and the park jams. And every Saturday, a DJ would come down. The DJ was the boss. He was the actual catalyst of the party. So he was very, very important. But first it was the music. The music was so very important. And it was our escapism to all of the poverty, all of the oppression, racism that we were dealing with coming out of the civil rights movement. And everybody was like flower childs, right? Let's love everybody. And so music was our escapism. And so dancing became the #1 craze to the whole country. Everybody was dance crazy. Everybody would work all week and go to the club at the on the weekend and pay your $5 and $10 and dance your night away and forget about your troubles, forget about your cares. It was all about the party. So this is where hip hop came from. It was a mutation of the disco. We were DJs telling people to come out and have a good time. Let's forget about our troubles, you know. And I remember when the movie Roots came out in 1977. Everybody, when we saw that series, that television series by Alex Haley, it just like was such an impact to our society, and Black people were just like, you know, hey man, we are not going to take it anymore. We are celebrated. We are fearfully and specially made by God. We are all equal. You know, we're not slaves anymore. I'm not picking no cotton. You know, my name is not Kunta Kinte. I'm Kurtis Blow, right? And so that became the whole state of mind for African Americans around that time. And that's where we get the lyricists like the Last Poets who are around that time, and also James Brown, the music of James Brown, with that said loud, I'm Black and I'm proud. And after that, he had a string of like 20 hits, you know, Sex Machine into funky stuff, man,
Jungle
escapism, get on the foot, man,
Make it
incredible.
funky.
So yeah, make it funky.
Okay.
Man, incredible songs, right?
Sex
right?
Machine.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
here comes hip hop, and the first rapper, Sugar Hill Gang, Kurtis Blow, Grandmaster Flash, and the Furious Five, man. We had a thing where we just wanted to make sure that this whole new culture, this whole new style of music, genre of music was going to be successful. And we had an oath. We called it our code of ethics, because we ran into Reverend Jesse Jackson, and he pulled us to the side and he said, if you guys are the new icons, the new heroes of the community, and this thing called rap is going to take off. So I tell you what, if you want it to really be successful and people all over the world will accept you, keep it clean. Keep it clean. And you will have no problems. They will accept you, and you will take this thing as far as it can go. And so we listened, and we said, man, we have this code of ethics, and what we're going to do is not curse on the microphone. We're not going to diss each other. We're going to be respectful so that our music will be accepted and played on the radio. So this is where that song, The Message, comes from.
Wow.
From that one meeting from Jesse Jackson. We said, I told Mel himself, I mean, I remember that run you did on We Rap More Mellow, or was it 7 Minutes of Funk, when he said a child is born with no state of mind, I'm blind to the ways of mankind. That rhyme right there. So I said, Mel, you gotta keep doing rhymes like that. This is how we're gonna take it to the next level, right? So then I came out with the song called Tough. I made another song called Throughout Your Years, which was the first message rap in 1981 on my first album. And I started making songs like that throughout my career, like Hard Times, which was the first cover song by a rap group, Run DMC did it over. But Hard Times and You Make Me Nervous.
The Breaks.
You know, all of my songs had a special kind of message to them. Not all, but a lot of my songs did. And when I got to do the America album, that's the first time I really touched on racism and keeping that message alive of equality for all humanity. And that's my whole spiel, you know, that's my history. This is what I am about. The biggest, most meaningful song that I ever created in my career was a song called King Holiday, which was a song for tribute to Martin Luther King and the holiday that became a national holiday. And also I did a song for John Lewis called King of Humanity, because he was the right-hand man of Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Incredible spirit.
Yes, nice guy. Nice gentleman. May he rest in peace.
You know? And so that's it in a nutshell. This is hip hop. We are hip hop. And, you know, I know there's a lot of controversies out there. It started in 1972. If you ask me, it started in 68. With Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. Because after that, everybody who heard that song and the song that came out after that we named, you wanted to be like James Brown. Everybody wanted to go to the party and dance like James Brown, because he was the best dancer at the time. And everyone wanted to mimic him and do splits and turn the party down.
Yeah, do the
That was the whole thing.
And do the boogaloo.
Yeah,
That was
there was
it.
There was a lot of
And
there was a lot of split pants after him. You know, a lot of split pants.
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
I saw him
So
do it at the
that
Apollo.
was the whole thing. You wanted to be the best dancer at the party. You wanted to turn the party out. And if you did, you became the most popular guy. And it's just like Saturday Night Fever, that movie with John Travolta. You know, the guy doing the best dance moves in the club, the people back up and create a circle around him, right? And then somebody comes in that circle and there's a competition.
The battle.
And the winner, the battle, the winner of that competition is the most popular guy. He gets the girl, right?
There you go. The most important thing.
So this thing happened up in the Bronx.
There, Curtis.
Oh,
at one of the programs up there, right?
The Matrix.
Matrix, that's what they call it, Matrix.
Got stuck in the Matrix.
It's fascinating, man, to hear all this, the history and, right around this time, like, when did, or I should ask, around what time did Grandmaster Flash and Africa Bambaataa and these guys start extending the break, right? So that, the dancers can do their thing. These circles are forming on the dance floor.
Yeah, and the DJ's cutting back and forth, cutting on the break beats like Apache. Dun, 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 dun. And it's all drum beat going from there. Any little beat.
Hold on.
Let's go. Let's go. He's probably like, hold on, let me show you. But I think the question is around what time did that start to originate?
Right.
It started working really in the 70s, late 79.
Yeah.
78, 79. Really, that's when everybody started hitting it. And I really believe at that time, radio was scared of it. Only one that was playing it was Mr. Magic at the time.
I don't think they understood it.
And Bob, they played the instrumental. But thank God that we changed it up because we had R&B and it was original music that we were making. So that's why they didn't mind playing Whodini.
But I think
WBLS in 1981-82.
Yeah.
With me and Mr. Magic around.
May rest in peace. Rest in peace to Mr. Magic. I think Flash, didn't Grandmaster Flash credit himself as the one that started to flip-flop the break beats to extend it?
I think Theodore got the credit for being inventing scratching.
The scratching, the scratch. Grand West Theodore, no doubt.
Extending
dropping the needle, extending the break. You just cut. Any DJ.
A lot of us would do. We don't know where that came from, but that
you had to be quick to catch some of them beats.
If you take a record like Car Wash, sometimes you had 245s, and the break was like very small.
Yeah.
You would want to bring and make that long. And that's when the MC.
Sorry about that, y'all. I got cut off, man.
There you are, Curtis.
My Wi-Fi went out.
You good?
Yeah. But when did you guys going back, right? When did you truly see that this thing was taking off, man? This thing was evolving. This thing called rap, hip hop. What was it? Was it the Sugar Hills Gang Rapper's Delight song? Was it just a combination of events, or was it one thing that you just said, okay, there it is?
In the hood, it was before that. Before it became commercial, because it was a thing that everybody was doing in the community. It was fun, we did it. You want to hear your sound, you want to hear your new records and all that stuff, and you would take those records and create those breaks, and that's when the rappers were able to rap inside of those breaks. We didn't want to rap on top of something that had lyrics playing, so we extended the break. We started doing it, but I tell you, we saw it come up from the streets before it hit the radio, because I think we Kurt, we didn't start playing it on radio until like 81, 82, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when we took on.
Of course, of course, Sugar Hill was 1979, and so was Christmas Rap, and then
and King Tim the Third, right?
Sequence Girl. King Tim actually was first before Sugar Hill. That was January.
The Fatback Band.
In 1979, right?
Yeah.
And so Sugar Hill came out, and I think it was spring or August.
Yeah.
And Christmas Rap and came out in December. But you also had the Sequence Girls.
Yeah,
after
Funk
that.
You Right On Up.
Funk You Right On Up. Funk You Right On Up.
Get up,
that
get up,
was
get up, get up.
Were they from
chorus.
Columbia, South Carolina?
That was the first chorus ever on a hip hop rap song.
The first one.
Before that, we just used to rap. So they put it together and made it into an actual song, with a chorus, singing chorus. And I thought I was the first one with a hook, but it was them. So I'll give them their flowers. They deserve it. I thought it was the Breaks. These are the Breaks. Bring it up,
So Blondie. What's the other chick?
Shirley Pearl.
Angie Stone.
Angie.
Yeah.
Oh. Angie. Yeah, that's me.
Out of a gas station when we were down there. We used to go down there and get that cold yogurt. But yeah, they used to come to the club and they would tell you about it.
It was such a special time. Those moments when those first, series of records had came out for hip hop. I think that was the real time in the history of hip hop where we knew that, man, this thing is going to take off. This thing is going to be something else, right? And we all were excited. Listen, I remember coming home from the studio. I was recording my first album. And I already had Christmas Rap out, right? And so I'm coming uptown, get up, and I jump out the cab, and so I'm walking to my place, and I hear this music coming out of somebody's window. You know how people used to put their speakers outside the window and play music. And this was 2:00 in the morning, so everybody was hearing it, right? So
I got plenty of tickets at the hood.
I listen, and I'm hear this in this nice little beat, like it went dan 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 dan. And then he's rapping. So this is the way we rock the house. So everybody gonna turn
Funky
down.
Four.
Wow, it was the Funky Four plus one more. And I sat there and I listened to the song, the whole song as it was playing, and I just felt this feeling like, oh my God, this thing, hip hop. I already had a record deal, so this thing, hip hop, is going to be something else. We can have careers, people to join the team, you know what I mean? And we can make it. We can do this. It's going to be all right. And I just had the best feeling of hearing somebody else's record on the radio. What an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Damn, man, that's crazy.
And going back to your first record deal there, Kurtis, with Mercury, man. I mean, what was that? Take us back to that moment, man, when you got signed, and what was that like, man, for you? I mean, we're talking like 1979, right? Around there. Right there, right?
Actually, it was 1979, and it was a glorious time. Here I am, a college student, majoring in communications, and I'm just like, doing all the research about music and studying my history from the Motown sound to rock and roll to everything. I just wanted to, because I was DJ as well at in this club called Small's Paradise on 136th Street and 7th Avenue in Harlem, right? And so when I got the job as being their house DJ, I went to every record company and got all the old school music, all the music that I love, all the soul music. And even I joined a record pool, Sure Record Pool, and I got everything that was coming out new, and I was playing in the club. Right, exactly, right? And so, it was just a special time for me, a feeling that I will never forget. It was the most joyful time that I ever had. And I had a few, I'll tell you, my career, I had a lot of joyful moments, but that time was very special, and it's right up there at the top of the list.
And then fast forward to, I think 1982 with Whodini, right? Grandmaster Dee.
Yeah.
I think you guys had one of the first videos, right? Accompanied.
Yes. Zomba. We was on Jive Zomba.
I'm sorry?
We was on the Jive Records. Zomba. And it was the first video, rap video. Yeah, Magic Wand, yeah. And talk a little bit about that experience, man, being on the set and just the whole thing, man. I mean, what was that like? Yeah, at that time, I believe it was George Clinton and them had videos out at the time. MTV didn't play us at that time. And we owe a lot to Video Music Box. They was like our BET in the tri-state area. And I want to give a lot of credit to BET, because Donnie Simpson and them broke a lot of our songs, and they were playing all our videos. That's what made us stand out too, because we had videos to go with our records. Yeah. And it was a very big time for rap. And you get a chance to see the rappers on TV on a video show. That was important. Remember Hot Tracks?
Yeah.
I remember hosting Hot Tracks with Eddie Kendricks and David Ruffin.
Wow.
That was unbelievable. May they rest in peace.
For me coming up, Grandmaster, my part of Jersey, we didn't get Video Music Box. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So for me, I didn't get to enjoy seeing videos unless I was in New York visiting one of my cousins, and we would sneak up late night to watch it, because he would, they would put me on to it. I'd be like, yo, we don't got that over here. I didn't get to start enjoying seeing my favorite rappers until Yo MTV Raps with Fab Five Freddy. You know what I'm saying?
And Dr. Dre.
You know what I'm saying? Well, that was when he was loving Dr. Dre, but yes. Yeah. But like Kurt, I remember hearing Kurt when I was a kid with the breaks and If I Rule the World. That was for me. But Kurt was like my mom's favorite rapper. I was just a kid. But fast forward a little bit, Whodini was one of my groups that I came up under listening to. You know what I'm saying? EPMD, Whodini. You know what I'm saying? And then let's represent all of hip hop. I'm talking about Queen Latifah, Only Love, Run DMC, LL, like, you know what I'm saying? Listening to Red Alert on Kiss FM on Friday night. And Bob Lee, you should know this one. Chuck Chill Out, Saturday nights on WBLS. I was in Jersey recording these, this stuff with a hanger on my antenna, because sometimes I couldn't get the station right in that part of Jersey. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, and you did anything to get it, and it's like
everything.
Like when Mr. Magic, may he rest in peace, man. You hear him on a Thursday night at 2:00 in the morning, and that was the only way we was hearing rap. And he really took it to the next level, and he broke a lot of records, man. So we got to take our hat off to Mr. Magic, and it's just rap, man. Kept a lot of people eating. Because of rap, you had video shows. Because of rap, you had clotheslines out, Carl Canard, Cross Colors and all that. It gave a lot of people jobs. They had hip hop magazines because of rap.
Yeah.
You know, and at that time when we came out, it's a shame that, and when Kurt came out, there was no rap category in the Grammys.
Yeah.
Because we know we should have got a Grammy. We ain't never got a Grammy. And we was the first at that time to sell 1 million albums. But to me, no matter what, to me, Kurt was the first big national star to me. I mean, international, you know, on the platform as a major label, it was Kurt. And there's no way that Kurt's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And there's no way that we not in there.
Fact, I was gonna say, you guys included.
Well, yes.
Yeah. We got to get you guys in there. We got to get you in there.
Yes.
Well, in reality, we don't even need a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's Hip Hop Hall of Fame that needs to be. You know, that's like hockey players being in the NBA Hall of Fame. Like, what they doing there?
That doesn't exist, or the Hip Hop Hall of Fame?
It's the museum now. Is what's it's new.
Kurt,
but I mean,
Kurt, grab that.
There you go.
Oh yeah. The Universal Hip Hop Museum is a project we've been working on for the last 8-9 years now. Yeah. And I am the chairman emeritus. And it's a pretty important project. It's a brick and mortar location up in the Bronx. And it will have all the history, the memorabilia, the pictures, the legacies, the artifacts, all in one place for the whole world to visit physically. And there will be, of course, a virtual museum as well. And you can all check it out at the Universal Hip Hop. That's UCFO, UHHM.org.
Yeah, but you got to start the Hip Hop Hall of Fame.
Yeah, man. That's what we got to get all our Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees out of there and bring them home to the real Mecca. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've been discussing this for a couple of years now, having a Hall of Fame as one of the building or one of the departments of the Universal Hip Hop Museum. Yeah. So it's been in discussion, and we have been having talks about this with other people as well. I don't want to say any names, but competition is competition. And, we all should work together for a unified effort in this whole situation, because it's our history, and our history is very, very important. You need to know where you come from so you can know where you're going.
Yeah. Absolutely. Where did you say that brick and mortar is going to be located, Kurtis?
Right now it's 69 East, what is that, 149?
Yes, the exit before Yankee Stadium.
It's on 149?
Oh, is that 138th or
138th?
138th, okay.
69.
By the terminal market. By the
market? Oh, it's right there.
Right
overlooking
right next door to the terminal. Yeah. As a matter of fact, they have what we call a pop-up, which is like a mini-me of the museum. It's only like 6,000 square feet. This pop-up is an example of what the museum is going to look like. But inside, they have this project called the Hip Hop Evolution or Revolution, and now they have exhibits, special exhibits. They did the Fever Club 2 months ago, but this month they have another exhibit called the Golden Era, and they're dealing with the late 80s, all those groups that you named.
Yeah.
All your EPMD, on and on.
Slick
Public
Rick.
Enemy, on and on. Slip
Yeah,
Rick,
man.
Public Enemy,
into the early 90s. Yes, yes.
Soul, probably. I mean,
Even the
Oh,
Fat
man.
Boys.
Oh my goodness. Such
Boy.
major influence. All of that stuff, man.
yeah.
Man.
Being a kid, growing up out here on the West Coast, and being a kid in the '80s, man. Yeah, we were loving all that stuff too, man. I mean, I was, LL Cool J, the Beastie Boys, going back, of course, Kurtis Blow and LA Dream Team, guys like that.
Yeah.
Afrika Bambaataa, I mean, all of those guys, man.
Uncle Jam's Army, right?
Just yeah,
Nah, man.
yeah.
You know,
Jam Army. Wow. Rest in peace, Roger
Roger.
Clayton.
Wow.
That's my dude right there. You know, dude.
Yeah.
So imagine Double A, right? You coming up in the era of hip hop, right? In the phases. I'm the generation after the true school, right?
Right.
And you influenced by all this amazing culture, all the sound, native tongue. You got the G-Funk gangster rap coming, all this everything just hitting me. And then all of a sudden, it influences you to become a part of it. And then not only become a part of it, because not everybody that becomes a part of hip hop gets to really be immersed in the essence of hip hop. What I mean by that is the actual creators of hip hop, the shakers and the movers of this culture. So for me, it's been especially incredible because, like I told you before, I ran with Big Pun, you know what I'm saying, before he blew up and after. I got to meet Kurt. I was 20-something years old, you know what I'm saying? I'm rapping my petunias off to Kurt, you know what I'm saying? And through him getting to meet so many people that I came up with. And mind you, I'm just a kid from a small town in Jersey. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
And
right.
I say all that to say this to anyone that's watching. I don't care if you're in the middle of a field and you surrounded by flies and corn. Doesn't matter. Shaquille said it best. If you're good, they're going to find you. You know what I'm saying? And in my case, I was like, I'm good, but I'm going to find them. You know what I'm saying? So always stay hungry.
Yes, right.
Yeah, I like that, man, because it's like in sports too, right? If you're a baller, football, basketball, whatever the case may be, whatever sport, they'll find you, man. They'll find you.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to switch gears. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say sometimes you got to find the scouts and start balling up, start busting their players behind and showing their crossover, and then they say, "Yo, where that kid from? From where?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and even now, I'm low life, man. I'm a low life affiliate. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because I put myself in front of enough people to say, "Oh, you know what? This kid got something to contribute. We're gonna rock with him." You know what I'm saying?
Man, absolutely. Yeah, I wanted to bring up, kind of switch gears a little bit, going into the United Coalition for Humanity with Kurtis, Dr. Lee. You guys are part of that organization. I know GQ is an ambassador. Talk a little bit how you guys kind of formed that, and what was the inspiration behind all of that and that organization, and what you guys are all about.
Well, that's Kurt right there.
The inspiration, well, it all started because I actually personally have been into several health issues. Back in 2017, I went into cardiac arrest. And then 2018, I had 4 heart operations, and man, it was just traumatizing, life-threatening. And when you go through things like that, it gives you, it changes you, sort of, you start to enjoy the meaning of life. You start to cherish life more than you did before these life-changing operations. And so the last one was a full heart transplant. And I was like, oh my gosh, I woke up, I remember I'm alive. God has blessed me to still have me here on this earth. So it must be a reason. I prayed to God. I said, God, man, thank you for keeping me here and making this operation a success. But you must want me here for a special reason. This is why you have me waking up this morning, and I'm a blessing. And so it was like, this was inspiration. I know that, a lot of my peers, a lot of people like me who have passed away, from Biz Markie to my man Ecstasy from Whodini, Kango Kid, DMX, Shock G, man, the list goes on and on and on. And I said, man, as we get older, our health is so important to us. I need to let people know that these are the years where we need to make our health our top priority. And I don't want to see anyone else go through what I went through with those 4 operations. I'm talking about, man, doctor came in and said, I don't know if you're going to make this one. This is a pretty tricky. I got to pull your heart out and freeze it on the side for 12 hours and then go back in and patch this thing up over here and put a stent in here to your aorta. And I don't know if you're going to make it. And I did. And I did 4 times with operations like that. And so I decided to form this organization as a testament to God, and letting everyone know that I am a walking, living, breathing testimony of the fact that God is real, and God is all powerful, and God is still in the miracle business. And what God did for me, God can do for you too. All right. And Amen. So that's what I'm doing. I formed the United Coalition for Humanity, which is an organization that is God-centered, and we just want people to live their lives more abundantly and not just survive but thrive. And we want to help people. So we want to, promote equality for humanity, every race, every religion, every creed, every color, every country. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. If you are breathing, you are a part of humanity. We believe that we are all one big human family, and we just want to love each other and show love to humanity. And that's what the Humanity Coalition is about. And we believe that loveism is our theme and our mission. Like Martin Luther King said, love is the most powerful force in the universe, and it can change an enemy, your worst enemy, and transform them into being your best friend. And that's the power of love, y'all. So we just want to spread the love around humanity and join forces with other organizations who believe in the same situation of equality for everyone in humanity. Equality for humanity. That's it. So our biggest leg is the Hip Hop Alliance. We have formed this organization, a partnership with the biggest union, SAG-AFTRA. And we're out to promote fair wages and fair royalties and strong health and retirement benefits for all of our hip hop brothers and sisters, and even the R&B community as well. So we are there with our motto, each one teach one, with education. You can learn, go to the website hiphopalliance.org and learn, join for free. And you can learn anything you need to know about the entertainment industry, from songwriting to publishing, copyrights, trademarks, streaming, the metaverse, NFTs, everything. We got it all the data, all the information that one needs. We have it at your fingertips if you join us at the hiphopalliance.org.
Oh, that's powerful, man. I got to join that. Go ahead, Dr. Lee.
No, he said it all right there. It's all about education. People around, like I said before, signing these crazy contracts. So we're educating artists about their agreements with labels and producers and agents and managers. And we think that, that's the first step in empowering artists to protect their livelihoods and their futures. So we get behind and share that information. You got to create the awareness. And with everything that you do in life, you got to get the knowledge of what to do, what to say, and how to be. So we're stepping in the gap to try to present that information to a lot of the people, not only the people who are up and coming, but people who are in this business who've been doing it for a while and think that they didn't have to do anything because they're making all this money or whatever the reason is, that they didn't have to check out these steps to get them where they need to go and to help get them covered. I mean, there's going to be a time in your life where you won't be able to perform or work the way you did when you were 18, 19, and your 20s and 30s and 40s. There's going to come a time where you're going to look up and you say, wow, where am I going to get this extra money from? Where am I going to get this pension from, or this or 401k or whatever it is, And so joining a union like this will help you establish that and help you get some things that you need to navigate through life, navigate through your business.
I love that, man. I love it. Yeah, like I said, man, I gotta jump on there and join that. Alliance. And you said it's free, right? I mean,
and it's for all of us, Double A, even the podcasters too. I'm an MC / podcaster.
Yes,
so,
show to the beat show.
But
you know what I'm saying?
The two things I want to mention right quick. Number one, we have some new partners along with SAG-AFTRA, of course, but we now have Music Cares, a part of our organization as well. They are our newest partners, our newest sponsors, and they are a government organization formed by the federal government during the pandemic to give emergency assistance to any of our members, our artists, anyone in entertainment who needs help, financial help. You need your rent paid or your bills paid or health care, any health care. We have health benefits for any one of our members or our people, anyone in music, actually, or entertainment. And these emergency funds are just accessible through Music Cares. And like I said, they are federally funded by the government, and they have $100 million in their budget to give out to artists who need assistance. So again, join us at the hiphopalliance.org. We will run you straight through to Music Cares and get you some emergency help if you need it. All right. Now, the other thing is another blessing. We just signed on a new advocate to the Hip Hop Alliance, and his name is the great teacher, the Master Blaster.
KRS-One.
KRS-One.
Yo.
Yes.
He is our new chairman.
Nice.
South Bronx, the South Bronx.
Yes. We had a
sorry to all my Queens people out there. My bad.
We had a great conversation, Zoom call yesterday with him, It was amazing. He is so into this thing, man. He wants to definitely lead us. He has a lot of ideas. He's going to bring to the table. We have another meeting tomorrow, Thursday, to discuss our details about this new chairmanship that he is going to embark on. And so, great. He's ready to support financially as well as support in tours and live shows and
the brother was going in
interviews.
his pocket. He said, "I'll finance this myself. Let me
Right.
So it's such a pleasure and such a joy just to have the energy and the spirit and the love and the heart coming from this legend. You know what I mean? And he is so ready, willing, and able to unite. You know, KRS-One, he's a battle rapper. He's the blast. He's the blast master, right?
My philosophy, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
But he has learned so much throughout the years. I watched these rappers grow and they build, you know, they transform and they grow. And it's incredible to see and witness. And just to talk to him yesterday was amazing. And I'm saying he has that love in his heart. He wants to see his people, you know, not just him. He's already famous. He's already rich, you know, and he's already working and everything, but he wants to see his people do good. And that is special. That is special. It's not about him. It's about us.
No doubt about it, man. That's powerful, man. I appreciate you sharing that with us, Kurtis. And I can't wait to see it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Man. And as we wind things down here, gentlemen, I kind of want to go around the panel real quick and just give us a snapshot of what's coming next for you, projects, upcoming, you know, whatever the case may be, man. And go ahead, Dr. Lee. What's next for you on the horizon?
We're never going to let up in the community. We're always going to be out there in the community. You're going to see Hip Hop Alliance hats, T-shirts, and jackets and all that stuff. We'll probably be out there. Kurt will tell you about Atlantic City and some of the other places. KRS-One said he's going to make the announcements from the stage wherever he goes in concert. And we can put a table out there and set something up and sign people up. He says, I want to get people set up. So there's a whole lot of things on the horizon. A lot of people want to join this organization.
Yes.
I can see it getting bigger, but people are going to just want to find out more and more about what's happening because the excitement there and the backing of and taking care of people are there. You know, people moving together in the same direction for a common cause. That's the deal, right? That's what it's about.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm in, man.
Yes.
Grandmaster D, what's next for yourself, man? What do you got going?
For myself, I got playing on Roosevelt Island. They're wrapping up a film festival. They got me DJing afterwards on Sunday. Then the 30th, I will be in New Orleans. I'm playing with Dwayne Wiggins from Tony. They have playing in a mansion out there during the Essence that weekend.
The Essence Festival, right?
Yes.
Oh.
That's beautiful, man. Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for having us, man. And it means so much to spread the word. And once you join us, you're protected, you know, and none but good things come from our organization.
Oh, man, I
feel
the
love. Love and respect. Yeah, all about love and respect. And it's about building with one another and reaching one another.
100%, man. No, I'm sitting here just tripping out, man. I got to be honest with you guys, man. You know, I grew up listening to all you guys, and you know, Dr. Lee, I seen you around too, man, and GQ, my man, and you know, it's a pleasure doing this, man. I've been podcasting, 3.5 years, man, and what, you know, it's a beautiful thing to. It's been a nice, beautiful journey, man, and you know, it's just a true testament, man. You go after your goals, you go after your dreams, and good things happen, man. You meet good people that inspire you, that you know that will motivate you, and you know, you guys are an inspiration to me, man, personally. And you know, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to come on my, you know, my platform right here. And but Kurtis, man, what can you tell us, man? You've already mentioned a lot about what you got going on, but anything else you kind of want to just, you know, give a glimpse on, to shed a little bit of light on?
Sure. I just want to say thank you for having me on your show, and it was beautiful. But we do have a Twitter space coming up this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, where we are going to make the official announcement. Chuck D is going to introduce everyone to KRS-One as our new chairman. And that's going to be special. SAG-AFTRA will also be there making a presentation on what they are presenting for the hip hop and R&B community. And the big thing coming up, July 20th, for the NAACP National Convention. They are going to honor us. The Hip Hop Alliance. That's going to be a special day. That's the finale of the whole conference. You know, they're going to have about 15 to 20,000 people there for the 4 or 5 days. And that starts on July 14th to the 20th down in Atlantic City. So it's going to be a great event. Everyone will be there. Like I said, it's the national convention for the NAACP. So everyone is going to be there, from the SCLC to the SMCC to the Urban League to the AFL-CIO to the Black Lives Matters. You know, you name it, they're going to be there. Also, you know, there are a lot of corporations like Sirius Satellite Radio, and of course all the record companies, and McDonald's, and you know, everyone is going to be there. The national convention. So we're going to take place at the finale, July 20th, right? And we will be at the finale of the whole event, and we're going to do a reenactment of the signing of the contract. So SAG-AFTRA will be in the house, and we'll sign these contracts on the stage, and I'm going to do a little performance as well. And there will be a panel discussion. So if you're in town, in the area, Atlantic City, come party with us, come celebrate with us, and come to represent this joyous occasion of us being honored by the NAACP. Thank you.
Congratulations on that, man. Yeah, that's and I'm sure you can find a lot of the information on the website there, NAACP, and on that particular event. But congratulations once again. And my man GQ, the embassy. Bring us home, baby. Bring us home, baby.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, I gotta apologize to all the people been waiting for, you know, the Latinos Unidos to drop. You know what I'm saying? I pushed it back a little bit, but it is coming out this Friday for sure.
Watch out.
First time in hip hop history where you're gonna have a Puerto Rican and a Mexican MC together joining forces. You know what I'm saying, to put out the, you know, keep hip hop alive, you know, East and the West, NY to LA. On the 23rd, I'm flying into your hometown, Ontario, California, where we're going to be performing live at the Christian Camacho title bout. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Ray Rock on that alley-oop for that. You know what I'm saying? Also, in July, I'm dropping On Now, which is my other single. And in August, I got a single with Granddaddy South from 3-6 Mafia. That's coming out as well. You know what I'm saying? So we doing our thing. And make sure everybody go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, check the Rhyme Radio. You know what I'm saying? The podcast, we're going to continue to evolve. Shout out to the whole Low Zone, the whole Low Life movement. And make sure you check out my video with Mellow Man Ace called Who I Know. You already know what it is, man. It's your favorite Puerto Rican, man. And of course, I cannot forget to thank these legends, these brothers of mine, you know what I'm saying, for slam dunking this alley-oop, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate they didn't have to do it. They could have been anywhere else in the world, but they brought it home for you people, Social Nostra, you know what I'm saying, and for the Profile Pod. So, appreciate them first and foremost, bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
Absolutely.
that song is incredible, y'all. I heard it before.
You heard?
Who I Know.
Who I know, yeah. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Very nice. Very nice.
Send me a copy, man.
I'm gonna send everybody an MP3. You know what I'm saying? I got you. It's all love.
All right, cool,
You know
cool,
what I mean?
cool.
Once
Love
again, there it is, man. There it is, man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us right here on the Profile Pod with these legends, Dr. Lee, Kurtis Blow, my man Grandmaster Dee, GQ to Embassy. Go follow them. Go tap into the Hip Hop Alliance. Go, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. You just heard it. So once again, thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Go follow, subscribe to the Profile Pod. Don't forget to leave me a rate review on Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. You guys know the deal. We will be back next week for another episode for these fine gentlemen right here. Thank you once again for being here on the Profile Pod. We will see you guys next time. Guys, I can't thank you enough once again, man. All nothing but love. And I'll be sure to tag you guys on everything. I'll be promoting this episode, and I'm gonna go right now and follow you guys on Instagram. So everybody do the same. You guys go follow these guys, legends right here.
Heard up. And everybody that's tuned in, remember to what, Double A?
Always remember to take it easy.
Easy.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.